Ladies and gentlemen. Um, hey, this is a week, huh? I wish they were all like this, don't you? Wouldn't that be good? 3 days of school? That'd be great. Okay, good morning. So happy Friday. We are doing rotations today. So this is another rigid transformation. Again, that means that the shape stays exactly the same. So we've been doing reflections, which is just a flip over an axis. We did translation, which is really easy, just sliding things around. And today we're doing rotation, which is a little bit more challenging, but hopefully my way will be pretty comprehensible. So here we go. A rotation is a turn around a fixed point called the center of rotation. The figure rotates at a specific angle and direction. And again, rotations result in congruent polygons. So it rotates at a specific angle, and those angles that we have are 90, 180, or 270 degrees. And the direction could be, we could rotate things, of course, we could rotate things clockwise. Clockwise is, of course, just like our little analog clock over here, clockwise, how the numbers go normally. Or, what's the other direction? Counterclockwise. So counterclockwise goes this direction. So counterclockwise. All right. Counterclockwise rotates sort of like to the left instead to the right. All right. So there's these rules, but I don't like giving you rules because rules are meant for forgetting. Okay. So instead, we're going to do this my way, which is pretty easy to do. So we have some points here, but I'm going to change them because I want to start a little bit smaller. So cross off those points that they gave you. I want to start with point A, and we're going to pretend point A is at the point 4, 0, because we're going to just start small here, okay? So we want to rotate point A. So we're going to go ahead and graph point A, which is at 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0. So here is point A at 4, 0. And we're going to rotate this point 90 degrees counterclockwise. So counterclockwise means I'm going to take this point and it's got to go this direction. And it has to go 90 degrees. Well, the way that I think about rotating 90 degrees is right now it takes me, well, four units to the right to get to point A. And if I take this stick that is 4 little blocks long and I rotate it 90 degrees, this horizontal stick is going to rotate and become a vertical stick. Yeah, so if I take this stick and I rotate it 90 degrees, that little stick that's 4 units long, 1, 2, 3, 4, is now a vertical stick that is 4 units long. And right there is a nice little 90-degree angle. Does that make sense to you? I took a stick and rotated it 90 degrees. So now point A is right here. This is its image point, now A prime. And so where is A prime now? 0, 4. Okay. And so I can take a point and pretty easily rotate something 90 degrees by just thinking about that stick starting out horizontal and then becoming a vertical stick. That's 90 degrees, right? Makes sense to you? Okay. Let's try another. So again, we are ignoring what's here. Okay. And let's pretend we have a point right here. Let's call it point B. Point B is going to be at 5, 1. 5, 1. And we are going to rotate that point 180 degrees. But let's see, let's start by plotting point B. So it's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up 1. So here's point B at 5, 1. And I want to rotate point B 180 degrees. Let me ask you a question. Does it matter if I go clockwise or counterclockwise? No, we'd be in the same spot either way, right? Okay, good. Just checking. So I'm going to continue to rotate counterclockwise. But again, I want to think about a little stick that's holding on to my point, okay? So this stick, however, starts at the origin because that's my center of rotation. And my stick now has a different sort of shape. It's now an L shape. So it has a length of 5 to get there, and to get to point B, I have a little L shape that has a length of 1. All right, so now to hold on to point B, I have to go out 5 and up 1. So I have this little L shape, all right, like my arm here, okay? Now, I don't know how to rotate something 180 degrees, but I know how to rotate it 90 degrees, okay? So if I take my little L-shaped stick here and I rotate it 90 degrees, now what does my stick look like? Yeah, it went 90 degrees, and now it's going up how many? 5 and over 1, yeah? So my stick now is going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over here 1 unit. All right, so there's point B, and it just went 90 degrees. You see that? You good with my little L-shaped stick? Okay. All right, now my L-shaped stick looks like this. Can I move it another 90 degrees? Yeah, okay, so now my L-shaped stick is straight up and over to the pointing to the left a little bit. Left, yeah. And then if I rotate it another 90 degrees, my stick looks like what? Yeah, now it's over here, straight out horizontal, and points downward. So now it's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down 1. And so now my point here, we just rotated it another 90 degrees, which would be 180, right? So that's what we wanted. So now right here is our image point B prime. And what is B prime's ordered pair? -5, -1. Okay, cool. All right, how do you feel about my little sticks? Okay, all right. They work really good because I'd rather not teach you to memorize rules, okay? But when we rotate, that's all you have to think about. What happens to this little L shape as you rotate it around? So let's see. Let's try another. Again, we're not graphing all of these things because you don't have to do that in Delta Math, and it's really cumbersome. So again, let's see. I want to have a point like, maybe we'll start with here. How about point C is at, let's go -2, 8. I'll do that. -2, 8 is point C. So let's plot -2, 8, -2, and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, right there is point C at -2, 8. And I want to rotate this thing 270 degrees counterclockwise. I'm right now in quadrant 2. If I rotate this thing 270 degrees counterclockwise, where do you think it's going to end up?
1.
Yeah, over here in quadrant 1. It's going to go. Do I have to rotate something 270 degrees counterclockwise? Is there a shorter way? 90 degrees clockwise? Would that give me the same spot? Yeah, it would. So anytime you see that, we can shortcut our work. Let's go 90 degrees clockwise instead. Will you take a moment and see if you can do that? 90 degrees clockwise. Hello. Okay. Bye. Kinley, you're going. See you later. All right. So instead, of going cumbersome 270 degrees counterclockwise, we're going to go 90 degrees clockwise. And that's going to be a little bit easier for us. So I'm going to think about my little L shape that gets me from the origin to point C. So that is a stick that's vertical, and it's 8 units long, and then its little hand here is 2. So right now, my stick looks like this, straight up 8 units, and it's pointing to, this way. Sorry, I'm reversed. Okay. So my stick is pointing straight up and to the left, and if I rotate clockwise, then, I have to use this hand. Okay. What happens to my stick now if I rotate it 90 degrees? Yeah, it's down here, yeah? Okay, I love that you did that, Piper, thank you. Yeah, so now it's going to be horizontal and pointing up a little bit. So if I go 90 degrees, now my stick is horizontal, 8, and it's got the little hand up of 2. And so here is C prime. And what is C prime's ordered pair? 8, 2. Okay. Give me a thumbs up. How do you feel about this little stick orientation here? Okay. All right. Only half of you participated, so I assume only half of you get it. All right. So we'll keep going. Okay. All right, let's try another. Again, we're ignoring these directions. Let's have point D is at, let's do -7, -1. -7, -1 is point D. So I'm going to go ahead and graph that. -7, -1 lands right here, so here is point D. And we're going to rotate it 180 degrees, which means I need to do what? 90 and 90. Okay, so we're going to do that. So again, from the origin to get to my point, I have this little stick here that is 7 units long and then down 1. So it's 7 and down 1. Okay, so it's down here like this. And if I rotate it, which way do you want to rotate, clockwise or counterclockwise? Clockwise? Sure, we can rotate it clockwise. Let's do that. Let's rotate it clockwise and then clockwise again. All right, so I'm going to take my little stick here, and if I rotate it clockwise 90 degrees, what does my arm do? Up. And my hands are still pointing that way, yeah? Okay. So it's going up 7 and back 1. All right, so it lands right there. So that is a little 90-degree rotation. And then I have to do that one more time. And so now where does my vertical arm end up? Now it's horizontal and my hand is still pointing up. See how this works? All right, I would love to see you guys do it with arms too. I think that would be a bonding moment. All right, so right here is D prime, where it went 90 degrees and then another 90 degrees for a total of 180 degrees. What is D prime's ordered pair now? 7, 1. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right, this time I want you guys to do the hands too, because then I'm not the only one being embarrassed. Okay. All right, ready? You ready for this? Let's get into it, guys. Let's do it. Okay. Again, we're ignoring these directions, but I'll go with the 90 degrees counterclockwise. It's totally fine. Let's do point E. Give me a number for my starting x coordinate. 6, okay. Don't say 7. Give me a negative value.
4.
I heard 3 first, so I'll go -3. Okay. All right, so point E is at 6, -3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, -1, 2, 3. So here is point E. And we're going to go counterclockwise. So counterclockwise is this direction to the left, if you will. Okay. All right, I got my little arm, which has a length of 6 units, and then it has a down of 3. Okay, All right, let's see your arms. Yeah, do it. Do it now. Yeah, there. Okay. Good. Do your arms. Okay. And then we have to rotate it counterclockwise. So what does my arm do? It goes up. Yeah, okay. All right. So that would be up how many? Yeah, up 6 and over 3. And that's where our point E would land, which is right here. So here is E prime, our image. And what is the ordered pair for E prime? 3, 6. Yes, very good. So again, we rotated that 90 degrees counterclockwise. Okay? All right, give me a thumbs up. How are you feeling about rotations? Lennox doesn't get it yet. Oh, he does get it. He's just refusing to answer because he's too cool. All right, we'll do one more and then we're done. Okay. So again, ignoring these vertices because I just don't care. This is point F. Let's see. I want 2 negative numbers.
8.
-6 and -8. Okay. So F is at -6, -8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -6, -8 right here. So there is point F at -6, -8. Now it's telling us to go 270 degrees counterclockwise. Do I have to go 270 degrees counterclockwise? How many clockwise? 90 degrees clockwise. Okay. All right, so instead we're going to go 90 degrees clockwise. That's going to be a little bit easier for us. So my little arm here goes 6 units to the left and 8 units down. All right, how does it rotate then? If we're going to go 90 degrees clockwise, what happens? What does my arm do now? Up and... Yeah, so this goes up how many? 6, and then the tail goes 8. All right, so there's that 90 degrees. And my point F prime lands -8. +6. Yes, -8, +6. Interesting. Okay? All right, do you guys have questions for me? No, you got it? Okay. Oh.